Okay, so this little keyboard caught my eye somewhat because people are comparing two of the same series keyboards online. And the one I have in front of me right here today is the Monsgeek Fun60 Pro, a Hall effect sensor keyboard that costs just £30, which is an insane price for a keyboard that's so gaming focused. However, the more popular model of the two is the TMR Switch variant, and it's costing a lot more. But I've not got one of those in front of me, so we're ignoring it for the time being and chatting about the Pro in this video. The Monsgeek Fun60 Pro gaming keyboard is a 60% size keyboard with quite a lot going for it actually. It's housed inside of an ABS plastic shell, keeping its weight down quite a bit, and it's got an ISO layout and features shine through side printed PBT keycaps, which is a nice touch. I really do like the look here. Now it is missing some really common keys like your D-pad arrow keys for example, and also function buttons, which I must say is not great if you're going to be using this keyboard for anything other than just gaming. It's a wired keyboard using a USB Type-C interface, but that is really part of its USP is it has an 8000 Hz polling rate, which is massive. And inside are several layers of dampening, including pour-on plate foam and some case foam to keep the clickiness to a minimum. And I must say it actually does sound quite good, although yes, there are fockier keyboards out there for sure, and I think flex here is very well handled as well. And because of the magnetic switches used, it does mean that the time it takes for the data to travel from the keyboard press to the desktop and back again is absolutely kept to a minimum, which makes having all of the cool gaming features here worth every penny. Though the negative trade-off is the fact that they are being banned from games because of the unfair advantage that it can bring to players, though I am hoping this will probably change soon because keyboards like this are getting cheaper. The switches do have a minimum 25 gram force with a total travel distance of 3.4 millimeters and an actuation force of around 40 gram force at 2 millimeter actuation, which is a very lightweight key press. The keys shine a bright ARGB effect with a 500 Hz refresh rate for a flicker-free experience, and each switch does have stabilizers on there to stop wobble and interference from other keys at lower actuations. It has a browser-based software, so there is no need at all to install anything onto your desktop, which is seemingly becoming a lot more popular now with PC peripherals, which I absolutely love because it means you can just take your keyboard anywhere you go and plug it in and use it. And inside of the software, you can find your usual settings that come with HE keyboards, including setting your actuation levels, of which a minimal travel distance of 0.01 millimeters is possible thanks to the magnetic switch. It's got a nice feature called RT Stabilizer, which helps with unwanted inputs such as low actuation points. And other features include your snap key settings, dynamic keystrokes and toggle keys, mod tap keys, and all of that HE goodness. Playing some games using the Fun60 was a really nice experience, and because of its weight, it was nice and easy to adjust on my mouse pad on the fly at a comfortable angle without getting in the way of my mouse hand, and everything for a 60% keyboard was very nicely spaced and laid out, and I never really felt that I was having to stretch for any of my key presses. Overwatch 2 felt really nice and smooth and responsive too, though I've got no real science outside of how it felt to really give you some super accurate results. It's a nice small form factor keyboard to use, and being wired wasn't much of an issue either, as the USB Type-C input is on the rear. It's a decent budget offering for sure, and if you're into your esports titles, then it might be worth getting if budget is tight. If you want something for gaming and work, then you're probably going to have to look elsewhere because it's hard to get over the lack of function keys, I think. But yeah, for £30 or thereabouts at the time of making this video, you can't really go wrong here.